Hey my friends, so today we're going to talk about social media and courses. This is Course Income Secrets, and I know lots of times I post about things that maybe you don't really want. You wonder, why am I talking about this or that when it's supposed to be about course income secrets, right? The secrets of generating income from the e-learning boom, from digital courses, from online courses. Why do we talk about that? And so today we're going to talk about social media and why social media is important, or at least we're going to answer the question, is it important? Is social media really important to course sales, or can you just do ads, or can you just let the platform sell for you, right? What is it about courses or online or social media that is it really, the thing that is that all you need? Can you just sell a course? Can it, like, if it's the best course ever, are you going to be able to sell it without social media, without being there, right? Without being out there on social media? Is that going to be possible? So we're going to talk about that in a second, but first this. So the real question is this: what are the strategies, techniques, and tools that you need to learn to generate residual income from the e-learning boom that's happening right now? My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon, and welcome to Course Income Secrets. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting to prepare my social media to share before I start my live. And normally what I do is I actually go and I prepare it all so that it's just a refresh away while you're seeing that intro, right? That intro, and while I'm seeing that, I just go and share it on my profile, right? And anytime I forget that, which I don't understand why I forget it. And I do this every day, right? How can I be forgetting it some days, right? So some days I forget it, and whenever I forget it, it takes long enough to click, Facebook, then pages, then the page, then the post, then the all these clicks right on the phone. It's not instantaneous. It takes long enough that by the time the intro's over, I haven't shared it yet. And that's why I wasn't back right away. Anyway, so social media, is it really important to your course sales? Now, I'm going to have to say, no, it's not. Not really, in the sense that you can spend tons and tons and tons on advertising, get people to know you by advertising, by talking about your course, or letting platforms advertise for you. And platforms are gonna, they're gonna advertise the better courses, the better students, not better students, but better teachers, and you're gonna get sales that way, right? Yeah, sure you will. Of course you will. Is it better than being out there? It's a lot more expensive. So if you have lots of money and you want to spend, you don't mind spending on advertising, eventually once you get to a certain level, yeah, that's going to work. It's not going to be as, how can I say it? It's not going to be as uh, difficult to sell once you really get your name out there. But I have to be honest with you. I I haven't really. I've actually spent like almost $20,000 on advertising on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and I still am not making millions, right? So unless you have that kind of money, which I don't really, but I just, when I, once here and there, I spend 100, 200, 300, whatever, and I'm always thinking this will work, this will work. People they'll comment on my stuff, they'll see my stuff and whatever, and it just, it ends up being another 1,000, then it ends up being 2,000, then, because it's been 5 years almost, right, that I've been doing this. So if you average it out, it's, less, but it's still a lot of money, right? And is that really what you want? So why is social media, when I say social media, I'm talking about, you know you've gone through my 12 steps, right? The 12 steps, the 12 critical steps to your success, right? You've gotten that ebook, you've gone through it, you've gone through the steps, and you know everything there is about, getting started online and starting to get some success, right? You know all that because you've done this, you've done all these 12 steps. And by the way, if you haven't, of course, you can go get, we'll give you the link in a minute. But the thing is that, are you getting the results that you should be getting by just creating a course? No, of course not. You'll never get, even if your course is the best course in the world, unless you spend tons on advertising, you're not going to get anybody buying your course, just the way it is. So how do you change that? So, when you learn all these things, as well as creating courses and the tricks to creating good course copy, good course content, good course organization, the right curriculum, the right everything about a course, it's not a simple thing, right? I'm not saying it's easy to create a course, but if you follow along, there's steps or things that you should be doing to have a course that people will want. But for people to know about the course and to actually take action, they need to know you, right? They need to know the teacher. You are the teacher. You are the educator, right? You're the person that they're going to be listening to, and then they're going to be learning from, right? So if you aren't somebody that they know, they're not even gonna consider you. Would you buy something from somebody you don't know? Probably not, right? You wouldn't. The only way, and how do you know who they are or what they're about? It's because you either see them or you talk to them or you know them personally or you've seen advertising for them, right? Like, why do you buy in a store versus another store? Probably because you know lots of people that buy there, or because you've seen ads on TV or heard them on radio or seen them in magazines, right? That you go there because that's a name you trust. That's what social media is all about today. Today, social media is about being social, of course, but if you're a business, it's about getting people to know you. And that's how you do it. You do it through social media. So you can do it through ads on social media, sure. Again, if you have the funds, if you want to spend the money on it, but most people don't, especially if you're an entrepreneur and trying to build a business, from home, part-time, you got a job and you want to do this to get home, to get back to your family, to stop worrying about bills, to be able to travel, to be able to have a luxurious home, luxurious cars, all these things you're going to get if you build a business online, for sure. But how do you get there, right? So that's why in lots of the Course Income Secrets episodes, I talk about things that don't necessarily seem to be about courses or about course creation or about course promotions or any of those things, right? I talk about social media a lot because your ability to be seen on social media is going to impact your sales a ton, 100%. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take people getting to know you. It's going to take people getting to like you. How do you get people to like you? Well, they have to know you, right? And then they'll trust you and they'll buy your stuff, and then they'll start talking about you to their friends, and then their friends are going to buy from you because their friends told them that you were somebody they should trust, that they should check you out. They should go and check that course out, whatever the course is, right? So when they finally see your course and they're like, oh wow, that's great. This guy really knows what he's talking about. This lady really knows what she's talking about. They're going to be impressed and they're going to start talking to their friends. So that's where word of mouth comes out, right? And today word of mouth doesn't happen that much anymore out there in the real world, if you will, right? I don't know if you've seen The Matrix, but the real world, right? The real world out there, that's not doesn't exist anymore. Now it's all inside the Matrix, the social media. That's where things happen. People are posting on social media. People are commenting on other people's stuff. People are seeing things. They're spending time watching videos. They're spending time reading things that people post. And of course, you can't be posting about your business, about your course all the time, about selling something. People will turn off to that. They're not interested. They want to know the you. They want to know who you are. They want to know what you're about, why they should like you. What is it about you that they can relate to? They want to know what you're really about. They want to know why they should like you. They want to know why they should trust you. They want to know about you. And how do you do that? It's through social media platform. It's through posting content daily if you can, because the more, they say that somebody will make a decision on a purchase or joining something or like buying a course only after 6 to 12 exposures. And that comes from Eric Worre in his book GoPro, and it's talking about network marketing, but the same thing applies to course sales, to people getting to know you, because the point is that for them to be interested in what you have to sell, they have to be exposed to it like 6 to 12 times, depending on the person, right? And that's why it's important for you to be out there on social media all the time, because you, like, when somebody sees you on social media, right? Say you do a video every day, right? I do videos every day, pretty much, right? Monday to Friday. And then on the weekends, I do Snapchats or that kind of stuff. But anyways, I do something every day, right? So you see me one day, you're just gonna be, oh, that's some person, right? It's just some guy. And maybe you'll be like, oh, well, I don't know. What does he get? But most people are just going to be like, they're just going to scroll right by, because they're going to be like, this is a person I don't know. He's just there in my feed. I don't know who the hell that is. And they just move on to other people that they actually know. The next day, they might see me again, but just so you know, chances are they won't, because they didn't interact with the post the first time they saw it. So Facebook kind of knows, and social media platforms, they kind of know that, oh, well, that person wasn't interested in this person, so we're not going to show them again. So social media has this way of choosing to show things to others. There's all these, and that's why there's all these strategies you can find on social media. That's why I talk about it sometimes, because there's ways to get your content in front of them more often. But the point is that for them to know you and start to like you, they have to be seeing your content. So for them to see your content, you have to be doing enough content so that Facebook shows it to them once in a while, right? So maybe the first time they just scroll right by it, and then the second time might be a week later, right? And maybe that second time they actually just pause a little bit to just kind of see, right? And then maybe the third time, which might be 2 weeks later, they actually click the video and they listen to it for 2 seconds. And then after a while, they start to know you, because they've seen you a few times, they've clicked on you a few times, they've looked at your stuff, they went to see your profile, see what else you got going on. They maybe even sent you a message, or maybe you sent them a message, or whatever happens is all just because things are happening over time. They're connection, the bond is growing because they're starting to know you. But that takes time. It takes a lot of time on social media. There's ways to make that happen faster, and we're not going to get into that right now because that's another topic altogether. But the point is that social media is important, because if you want people to see your course and go look at your course and even check it out for 2 seconds, they have to already know you. Well, they don't have to, but it makes like a difference of 1,000 times more likely them to go see your course if they know you, right? And if they know you, that's, again, chances are they're going to buy it. If they don't know you, they probably won't. So that's the point. That's the point. That's the whole point of social media. Why is social media important? That's because that's the only way today that you can get people to know you, to like you and trust you, so that they'll eventually buy from you. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this. And let's just talk a bit about the 12 steps to your success, the 12 critical steps to your online success. That's the basics of how to get your name out there so that people will buy your courses. You need to do lots of stuff, right? To get known, to have your content seen. And part of it is all these things that are in here, these 12 steps. Maybe you already know some of them, maybe you've done lots of them. I know that I did them in the beginning. I did them all in different orders, and I didn't do them with the right organization, if you will, not just the sequence of steps, but the passing through of the like the output from one to the input of the other, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's super important to do it the right way. And this is one of the things I put this together because I started doing it myself, and I found a huge, huge difference in what happened after I did these 12 steps. So that's why I'm actually giving this away, because I want you to learn how to be successful online. What is it? How do you finally get the success that you want? These are the 12 steps that you got to start with, and you can get this for free. Just go to what is it? It's onlinesuccess12steps.com. So online success 12 with the number 12 steps with an s.com. So go there, put your name and email, get this for free, and get started today on your 12 steps to your online success. All right, so we'll see you in the next episode. This has been Course Income Secrets, the entrepreneur's blueprint to generating income from the e-learning boom. Some of your friends need to hear this message, so don't forget to share. For more content like this, go to CourseIncomeSecrets.com and make sure to subscribe and follow us here. My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon. Until next time.